What's up, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Revive Outdoors. We are in part 2 of our Maverick series. In part 1, I went over everything with this Maverick that I've had. I got about 60,000 miles on now. And then now here in part 2, we're going to be going over the Inflated truck topper. It's a brand new version for the Maverick, and then also their new inflated storage bag, and talk about the details of each. But if this is your first time to our channel, just want to say thank you so much for stopping by. And if you are returning back to the channel, thank you for coming back. In this episode and in every episode that we launch in October, we're doing a hat giveaway. So the first 5 people to comment in each video is going to be entered in to get a free hat from us here at Revive Outdoors. Just a fun way of saying thank you for supporting our channel and watching. And if you haven't done so yet, please hit that subscribe button as it helps us out a ton. But let's go ahead and dive into the details of the Inflated truck topper. I have the truck topper and then I have the storage bag. I'm going to start with the truck topper because that's what I'm most excited about, to see the changes that they've made to it. And then also I'm excited because I'm going to be using it here in a week to go to Ohio, and really pumped about that trip. Biggest thing, it says obviously this is an inflated truck topper, so don't use any blades to open it. I'm going to use it just to cut these 2 bands off, and then I'm going to move over to my really dull keys to open up the rest of it. But with it being camping season, I'm sure there's a lot of you that are wondering, what in the world am I going to camp out of? And if you're looking at an affordable truck camping option, this inflatable truck topper from Inflated is really neat. And first, opening in box, I'm just going to take you through what each thing is. This is going to be one of the windows rolled up here. Looks like it's going to be one of the side windows because this one's a little bigger. So this is probably going to be the rear window. And then you are going to have your pump to inflate it. Several of the straps to secure it down. It's got some paper rolled up here. I'm not sure if that's the instructions or not. We'll get that open here in just a second. And then you have a patch kit. So here is going to be another window there. And then here is the actual topper itself. I'll go ahead and pull it up out of the bag so you can see how easy it is to move around and how small it is to store. So let's go ahead, get that out of the way and show you this is the entire topper right here. That's all you're going to need, and this is the bag that it stows away in. A lot of people have been concerned, hey, how do I get it back down to this size? Because, you know, most things inflated are very difficult to get back down. Well, the good thing is with that pump is it inflates and it also deflates. So you can actually suction the air out of it, kind of like what you will do when you are just doing something that is vacuum sealed. That's the term that I was looking for. So you can actually like vacuum seal almost in a way this truck topper, so it gets back down to size. You fold it back all on itself and then get it in this bag and store it in your garage or wherever you're going to store it. But as you can see, I don't have my other one on my truck because it's stored in my garage right now, and this exact bag that it came in, really nice and tight and lightweight. Somebody like me who has neck and back issues has to be careful lifting stuff, or maybe a woman or a smaller man that doesn't have as much strength as most people may be concerned with how I'm going to do this by myself. And I would just go ahead and tell you, you don't have to worry about it. It's really easy. It's really lightweight. Once you get it inflated, you'll see how easy it is to go on and off the truck and how light it actually is. But let's go ahead and unpackage it and get all this stuff laid out so you can see exactly what everything is. Now that I have this inflated, I can see that they have added a really nice rain skirt that goes all the way around it, so you don't have to worry about water intrusion anymore from that aspect. And then I can see some upgraded D-ring attachments, and then I can see some extra reinforcement when it comes to some of the seams or sills. So I'm excited to go through this entire thing with you. What we'll do now is we'll go ahead and move over to the window install. While I have it on the ground, I'll go ahead and install that front window that sits up against that cab. And then once we get it on the truck, we'll install those two side windows. The windows are very easy to install. First thing that you're going to do is pull down this Velcro. Once you have that flap down and out of the way, what I would recommend is just starting up top and just putting the window in this corner and then applying it all the way across nice and smooth, and then down into the bottom here, down into the bottom here. You kind of want to stretch it out a little bit and then go ahead and pull it down onto that bottom Velcro down below. Make sure you got it all sealed, and then you're just going to pull that lip right back up to this window. And all this lip's going to do is just, if there is any water that comes down, it's just going to overlap, so it puts water out and around it so it doesn't get back into that window. So that right there is pretty simple. Now what we'll do is we'll throw it on the truck and get it installed. With the new addition of the Maverick inflated topper, one of the most important things that you are going to do is install it with the rain skirt now in the proper configuration. And so this rain skirt, it goes around here on edges, and what you want to do with the front is you want it to go over top the front of the bed. And so you want to do this before you strap it down. So again, I'll get back to the window installation on the sides here in just a second, but you want to actually push this to the front and then go ahead and set it down. And then once you have it sat down, you want to take this rain lip here, using this plastic part that they gave you here, and you want to push that out on the topper. So you want that rain skirt to be pushed out and flared out on the truck on the front, and then on the sides we're going to tuck it back in. So I'll show you how that goes, how it looks once it's finished. Once you have the rain skirt installed properly, next thing you're going to do is run these straps through all the D-rings and then tighten it down. You want to make sure that this part right here is facing out, and then you're going to go up and in through the D-ring, so up and then down through the D-ring, and then I'm going to go ahead and attach it to that hook there on the topper, and then you're going to just come right back through. And what you're going to do is you're just going to continue down and do that through the rest of the D-rings. Once you have all 6 in place and not completely tight but just snug, then you're going to start from the top or from the front of the cab and then work your way back. Some of the questions that I have gotten over the last year of using this inflated topper are the two most asked questions is, does it leak, and then how does it hold at high speeds when going down the interstate? It does not leak. I had no issues with it leaking. The new upgraded rain skirt, I'm sure it's not going to have any issues whatsoever for anyone leaking. And then how does it hold going down the interstate? Well, I can tell you on a test track, I have been 110 miles an hour testing the topper to see how much it would hold, and it's not had any issues. And then third, a bonus that I was really not expecting is I actually get 2 to 3 miles per gallon better with the topper on the truck. So that is one thing, just a few things I wanted to mention that have been really neat with this topper. But you want to go ahead and get it down nice and tight. And what I do is I do it kind of evenly. So I'll do the first 2, the middle two, and then the back two. But you can see it's not going anywhere. It's shaking my whole truck versus the topper moving. So it holds really, really tight, really, really well. After you've left the windows sit out in the sun and kind of flatten out a little bit from being packaged up, all you're going to do to install them is fold back this double-sided Velcro piece and then fold this back. Make sure that you have the double-sided Velcro on each side that matches up with that area, and then you're going to go ahead and install that window. One tip that I learned when I was installing my first flated topper window is just to go ahead and roll this window up so it's not trying to attach down here as you're trying to get this aligned. So currently it's kind of going down slope, so I'm just going to pull this off. Sorry, the Velcro is loud, I know, in the microphone, but go ahead and smooth it out so it's in alignment with where it needs to go. And then once you have that top in, it's going to line everything out below it. And then once you have the window installed, you're going to make sure you smooth this one over first and then attach this top one next. This right here is probably one of my favorite upgrades to the new addition, is the Velcro piece here on the tailgate. Reason being, you can see that I drilled in and put screws here for the other Velcro, but then also it hangs down here below, so I don't have to permanently install anything. And then they've made this flap a little bit longer, so you can see it comes down and secures nice and tight. I've never had any issues with water intrusion in the back, but for maybe those that have had, this extended skirt is going to help a lot. Very happy that they improved that, improved the zippers, improved and reinforced a lot of the Velcro reinforcements on the entire topper in and of itself, added some D-rings, added some ways that you can roll up the window. So overall, really grateful that I'm able to work with a company and partner with the company who supports our nonprofit, Inflated, that is always looking to get better. And so for me personally, I didn't have the issues with the first revision of the topper, but I guess that people complained. People said that they wanted improvements. I can see why they made the improvements that they made. So it's always exciting to me to see a company who's willing to go out and get ahead of any issues or to correct any issues that may be there and make improvements to their product year over year. So this new addition to the flated topper, I'm sure that they've made upgrades to all the other toppers in their entire flated topper line, but overall just very impressed with this topper. Now I'll give you a full walk around of it installed. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. You gotta stop making me laugh. You look so cute. All right, you ready? I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Revive Outdoors. I know I told you at the start of it, it was gonna be part 2 of 2. However, if you're not aware, me and my wife, we own a toy store together, a children's toy store here in our town, and I have got to go help her at the toy store. So I'm going to make this a part 3 episode. So it's going to be a 3-part episode, and I'm going to go over the flated storage bin that you can carry on your trips with you. That could be going on the top of an SUV. It could be just extra storage. You know, you always go on a trip and you come back with more things. So we'll talk about all the details of that in part 3 of the episode. But I hope you have enjoyed me going through the brand new flated topper for the Maverick. I know they've made a lot of upgrades to all of their toppers as well, but I hope this has helped you, show you how easy it is to install install. You just repeat that process when you are taking it off the truck and stowing it away. It's very simple. I love my flated topper. I cannot wait to camp in it this season, going here in a week or two to Ohio on a trip, and then who knows where else the rest of the season. But it's going to be a really, really good time. I'm really excited about that. So be sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of our camping in the flated topper. If you have any questions, put those in the comments because it's only going to help those behind you. But thank you again for watching. We'll see you on the next episode. Silly girl.